Hi, welcome along to DR Sports. Some big news in the world of football today regarding the referee David Coote. He has been suspended over an alleged video that's been circulating online where he appears to throw various insults at Jurgen Klopp and also Liverpool. If you haven't seen the video, actually what we're going to do is we're going to play a bit of the video right now.
What did you think of the Liverpool game earlier when you were fourth official?
Liverpool.
What do you think of Jurgen Klopp?
Absolutely.
What would you say? Why would you say that Jurgen Klopp was?
Aside from having a right pop at me when I ref them against Burnley in lockdown, then he accused me of lying, and then just had a right pop at me, and I've got no interest in speaking to someone who's fucking but oh my god, German. Just to be clear, that video can't go anywhere. Seriously.
He's a Premier League referee. Let's not his career.
So there you have the video. David Coote suspended after this video circulated online, which has allegedly shown him making derogatory comments about your former manager, Jurgen Klopp, AGT, obviously as a Liverpool fan. The PGMOL have said of the suspension that it comes into force with immediate effect pending a full investigation. Now, we do need to make this clear, right, that at this moment in time, there's going to be a full investigation. It's unclear if this was authentic. It definitely, when you watch it, it looks authentic, but we all know nowadays with things like AI and stuff like that, things can be changed around. And I also have to say that David Coote is vehemently denying this, saying that, the video is false. He refereed your game.
Mate, I was abusing him on Saturday because he didn't give the foul on Salah.
He refereed that game on Saturday, the Liverpool-Aston Villa game, and there's a very controversial foul in that, like you said, on Salah, which he didn't give, waved and said it wasn't a foul, and luckily
for him.
And I think luckily for him,
yep,
you guys went on to score. But what have you made of it? It's your manager that's been, slagged off in it. I think it was following that game when you played Burnley, wasn't it? Which finished 1-1.
Yeah.
And it was, Jurgen Klopp was very unhappy about the Burnley equaliser in the game. I mean, what have you made of this? This is incredible, isn't it?
It's absolutely monumental news. Not in, 25 years of Premier League history have we ever seen a video come out like this, where a position of power in David Coote's position has been tampered with because, as a referee, he's supposed to be neutral, he's supposed to be unbiased, but what we heard in this video, and let me just say this, Rob, before anyone tries to debunk it and say it's a fake video, he holds up his phone at some point in the video with a picture of him and Jurgen Klopp, calling him an absolute German C word. Now, first of all, the thing is to say that, listen, people have opinions on people. You've been called stuff, I've been called stuff. It is what it is. That's par for the course. People have opinions, right? But to use someone's country of origin that precedes that C word, that's racist. And what he has now got to deal with is obviously a full investigation. I mean, for him to come out so soon after the video was posted around 4 hours ago from now to say that he's vehemently denied it is laughable.
Yeah, but you say that. Hold on. We do have to wait and see.
We'll wait, but I already know what's...
we do know that nowadays... with AI and stuff like that.
It's had a deep fake test already. Someone's run it through a deep fake test piece of AI software, and it's come back as.
But I've seen other,
Which
other
part do you think is made up then?
I've seen other agencies say that, like for instance, when I was looking on BBC, they said it's unclear when it was filmed or its authenticity. So, until this full investigation's held, we ain't gonna know for sure whether it's. It's real or not. I have to say, I've watched it and it looks real.
Yeah.
But we all know how this AI thing works nowadays. I've seen some AI stuff with me, And I've been like, wow,
Yeah, but
how did they do that? So
But the AI stuff where you're cooking expressions and he's got his
No, I'm not
captive, or
even
when
on about
expressions is using the AI against you, you can clearly see that's not you. It's
yeah,
fake.
but I'm saying you can change people's voices.
Sure,
You can do lots
I
of
hear
different
that.
things.
Deep fake stuff,
right?
yeah.
And I've seen some of the stuff that's been done on me, and it's incredible.
But it's gone through a test, Rob, and it's come back as 0% deep fake, which means it's an authentic
who run that
video
test?
so far. Piece of software.
And this is
of
just
software.
me. Listen, I don't know because I weren't there. You know, none of us were there. And until they've run
Wish
the
I was
full
there.
test, none of us are going to know. But if this is, let's just say it is real.
Yeah.
And it is authentic. He's done, isn't he? He can't referee
Totally
a game
done.
again.
Totally done in the Premier League at the very least. I mean, whatever happens after the investigation, we'll have to see. But I can't imagine him refereeing in the Premier League ever again. It's quite coincidental that his last game happened to be at Anfield, if it is his last game against Aston Villa. And it's not only Liverpool fans that should worry about this. I mean, obviously Jurgen Klopp isn't our manager anymore. I think it would have been a bigger deal if he was, because then it's you're still actually active and you're saying this, but you're still, and no one can say different to me. If you're saying this, if your opinions are this on Jurgen Klopp, there's no way that you wouldn't naturally, because of your bias towards him, not give him a favourable decision.
Or do you look on it and say, and this is me playing a bit of devil's advocate here, but, you know, we all have opinions, right? So, you know, Jurgen Klopp in his own privacy, and remember, this video has been filmed because he says at the end, don't let this video get out or something like that. I mean, what would make somebody be so stupid to film a video like that?
I think I've got a good idea.
But Jurgen Klopp in his own privacy, right?
That's the key word, though, privacy.
Yeah,
That's not private, though. It's being filmed.
Yeah, but he's thinking, you know, Jurgen Klopp with his mates, you know, he might be saying things about the referee that he wouldn't say in a press conference. He might be saying David Coote is you know what I mean? Because he don't know how to referee, he's an idiot. And I'm sure all of these managers say all those things when the cameras ain't on. They know they can't say that when the cameras are on, but they say that in the privacy of their own home. So he thinks he's in the privacy of his own home. This video's been leaked.
We don't know if it's his house.
I mean, the video.
He's there with a mate, isn't he?
We're talking about a game that took place in July 2020.
Yeah.
So that's 4 years ago, right? So in the privacy of his own home, he's probably thinking he's never ever going to get out. He had a spat with Jurgen Klopp at the end of the game. It might only be natural for him to go home and say, "Oh, he's a."
Yeah, listen, that's why I said people have their opinions, and you're not going to get sacked because of your opinion for someone. But what he will get sacked from is calling him a German C word, because then you're using someone's nationality against them, which makes them, in your opinion, a C word. And when you look at the decisions that we haven't got under his stewardship, and again, it's not just Liverpool, there'll be other clubs that can say that he's officiated them poorly as well, but the Rodri handball against Everton, the Origi, and by the way, if that pen was given, we could have won the league. Right, we're talking about season-altering decisions here, where a team could be relegated, win the league, come second. He also officiated the game between Man U and Liverpool, where Origi was fouled in the lead-up to the United goal that stood. Odegaard handball against the LFC last season, that was him. Not sending off Pickford after the Van Dijk challenge, which had Van Dijk out for a year.
These are some pretty.
And the Doku kick on McAllister's chest last year.
Was that him as well?
That was him as well. Ooh. So all these things added up, and people say, "Oh, Liverpool fans are paranoid," saying there's an agenda, bro. And these are all after this video was filmed, Rob. Yeah. So when you're looking at these added up, you think, well, hang on, it seems like there is a little bit of an agenda here.
Those are some big ones. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, just to clear it up as well, like it's not like he's a Manchester United fan or
his Facebook
an Everton
picture
fan.
Was him at Old Trafford.
He's actually from Nottingham, and he's registered as a Notts County fan. So all the referees do have to register, you know, which teams they support. He's not allowed to officiate any Nottingham Forest games,
right? Because
they're Notts County fan. So
lucky them.
But I mean,
have we ever seen a? And do you know what?
I've never seen nothing like that.
As time wears on, Rob, hopefully what will happen now, because let's be honest, you know, the PGMOL is a mess. It's not fit for purpose anyway. You add this onto it, and hopefully what will happen now is quality control, a massive overhaul of the referees, and maybe this is the starting point of a new era in refereeing in the UK. Whatever they come out with now, I'm sorry, whatever Howard Webb, if he tries to defend him, I mean, Howard Webb now needs an investigation if that's the route he's going to go down. But to come out with this is, in my opinion, this is the biggest refereeing story ever in the Premier League. And what are the ramifications of this?
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, the PGMOL are already beleaguered. They're already under a lot of pressure, you know what I mean, with the decisions this season, and a lot of people being unhappy with refereeing decisions and how games have gone. You know, and I remember hearing a little, you know, just harking back again to the conspiracy theories. I remember hearing a thing, can't say who this came from, right? But it's somebody that's very, very
Tell me
heavily,
after.
I'll tell you afterwards, very, very in the know, who says that, for instance, referees last season, I don't know about this season, but last season hated Arteta. They were really angry with him when he said that thing about them being a disgrace and stuff like that, the Disgraced whole thing.
But why do they get so offended by it? If they've been shit, then
they were really angry with him. They were really angry. And, you know, certain decisions haven't really gone his way. And, you know, you look on it and you point to that. But we do have to believe that, you know, referees do have integrity. The refereeing body, PGMOL, says that the suspension comes into force with immediate effect and is pending a full investigation. And obviously, we're going to have to wait until that full investigation.
I might do my own investigation as well, Rob.
It seems like you already have.
I'm
Right.
I'm going all the way with this.
But we will find out whether it's facts or fiction. This is going to be so interesting. AGT, hold on 1 second there. I've just seen this story. There's a bit of breaking news within the breaking news that we're doing, right? And this is an update that's come from Darren Lewis, a very respected journalist.
Great journalist.
From the Daily Mirror. And he has tweeted out an update on this whole David Coote story. He's put update, top Premier League referee David Coote is understood to have accepted that the viral video in which he appears is genuine. So you're right, it's not AI or stuff like what I was saying earlier in the video. It could be. He says, however, it is believed that he does not recall the content of the discussion recorded several years ago.
Because he was out of his face drunk. I mean, this is... So hang on, the timeline is, the video comes out, right? The whole internet breaks. Then he vehemently denies that he's a part of the video, or he said what he said.
Yep.
He just said, that's not me, basically. And then, you know, 2 hours later, he's gone, that is me, but I don't remember having this video taken. And we're supposed to just...
That's crazy.
Robbie, have you ever seen anything like this before?
All the AI stuff and all that I've just said, that's all out the window, right?
Save
it's
that
not
for
AI.
expressions, mate, the AI stuff.
That's not AI. And like you said, the person who's run it through the deep fake test and that is probably spot on.
Yeah.
It's not AI, people. It is David Coote, according to what Darren Lewis is saying, and this is what Darren Lewis is saying, but he's a very respected journalist, is saying that the content of that video is genuine. David Coote is saying the video now is genuine, but he does not recall the content or the discussion. Now, it doesn't matter that he doesn't recall the content or the discussion, whether he was out of his face or not. He said it. And like you said, he called Klopp a German C word, and that is unforgivable.
He also said Liverpool are shit as well.
Yeah, well, I agree with him on that. I'm only joking. But
won the league that year.
That is...
I've never seen anything like this.
Now this is an incredible story.
I've never...
And surely he can't referee a game again.
That's it. The investigation is over. He's admitted that it was him. He says, I can't remember, I was drunk. That's not an excuse, mate. You've said it's you. The investigation is now closed, in my opinion. You now don't have a job.
And it's very damning.
Not in football.
It's very damning. Listen, some of those mistakes that you named out earlier could easily have been, you know, there could easily have been mistakes that referees make week in, week out.
They're not, though.
But then when you see, you know, him saying that, it's just the whole integrity
stinks, mate.
Is gone, isn't it? It's referees, right? It's about integrity. So we know that referees are going to get decisions wrong, and we know that we go to a games and we'll moan and we'll cuss, but we never really want to speak about conspiracy theories, even though they've been floating around a lot this season. There's been a lot of people saying, well, you know what? I feel this referee is against us for this, and I feel this referee is against us for that. And I know that last season, and I heard it from a very, very good source, and I can't say who that source is, but a very good source, that the referees were very unhappy with Mikel Arteta. And they were saying, you know, remember the whole thing at
He's had
Newcastle?
disgrace, guys.
Disgrace.
He's had disgrace.
Right? They were very unhappy that he called him a disgrace, and they were very unhappy that he
Big up Mikel Arteta, yeah? Big him up, because he was right all along.
They were very unhappy that he got off with that. And since then, a lot of decisions have gone against him. Now, I'm not in any way saying that that's to do with that. In any way, I'm not saying that, right? But for the conspiracy theorists out there, they can point to this David Coote thing and say,
and Robbie,
this is how these guys carry on behind closed doors. This is how they are. You know what I mean? They got a bias against certain managers. Now, David Coote is a Notts County fan. He's not an Everton fan. He's not a Man United fan. He's not even an Arsenal fan. He's a Notts County fan. He's not allowed to referee any games to do with Nottingham Forest because Notts County Forest rivalry. So, and he's a human being. He can have his opinion, but certainly this looks terrible.
For him to say that wasn't him initially and now change his mind, saying, oh, that is me, but I can't remember it. And what you have to remember, I mentioned it earlier, Rob, these are season-altering decisions that could have a manager sacked.
Those decisions
you could win the league, you could be relegated. I mean, we've got
the Rodri handball.
We've got a claim there to put into the arbitration of sports, the courts, to say we've been biased. We've had bias
Rodri
against
handball,
us.
that Doku kung fu.
Mind you, Everton would have missed the pen anyway. So,
but it's
I can't
it's
believe
incredible.
my mind is blown from this story. And as the days and hours roll on, I'm sure more will come out of it. We'll understand the ramifications. But for him to have denied it and now admitted it, the integrity, and maybe this is the tip of the iceberg. Maybe more gets uncovered now, and we see more bias.
It's a terrible look for the PGMOL.
As if it couldn't get any worse for them.
Terrible, terrible look, because already they're under a lot of pressure. Already, you know, people have been criticising loads of their decisions this season, and then this drops. I mean,
I wouldn't like to be him tonight, would you?
No, I wouldn't like to be him, but how stupid to film this. But it's crazy.
You're intoxicated. You do stuff like that when you're drunk. You allow people to film you doing stuff. He's an idiot for allowing that.
And he's got some great mates to make this leak out.
Well, that guy in the video is not his mate anymore, clearly. But to say in the video, this can't go anywhere, that to me, there's the German C word, calling Liverpool shit, and then saying this can't go anywhere. There's your evidence there.
Wow.
What more do you need?
The update on, as I said, which came from Darren Lewis, was that top Premier League referee David Coote is understood to have accepted that the viral video in which he appears is genuine. David Coote is saying it's genuine. However, it's believed that he does not recall the content of the discussion recorded several years ago, reportedly in 2010. That is not going to save him. And once again, just to remind you of this huge story, Premier League referee David Coote has been suspended after a video that allegedly showed him making derogatory...
It's not alleged anymore.
Well, it's not even alleged now. It's true.
It's true.
Making derogatory comments about Liverpool's manager at the time, Jurgen Klopp, of course, a legendary manager, and he called him a German C word.
Which is racist, you know? I've never seen anything like this.
He's been suspended. We'll keep you up to date with where this goes from here. He may have refereed his last game.
At Anfield as well.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you, AGT. And thank you to you guys out there. Don't forget, subscribe here to DR Sports, your #1 football channel out there right now. So subscribe here and we'll keep you up to date with all of the news. But thanks for watching and we'll see you soon.